The legend of the 9 temples. 9 temples that we constructed with the help of descendants of our creators that were built hundreds of thousands of years ago. Built on top of ancient technology they had placed that was geometrically designed and calculated with precision to withstand the disasters of the world's greatest catastrophes, but also to stop a catastrophe that could destroy not only our world but the universe itself. They calculated in their ship's simulation program the cataclysmic event that if not stopped here will cascade and cause a chain of events that will destroy the very fabrics of existence. Beneath the 9 temples lies a globally synchronized system of alien technology left here by the descendants of the ones who seeded the life on this world. The inscriptions state that it must be activated precisely on time. To ensure that this would happen and realizing that over such a long expanse of time repairs would need to be made, they built temple structures on top of the technology network that was each made to withstand disasters that were to come and that we were to seek shelter within them. They ensured the survival of our species to this era to make sure we were here to make sure it all goes according to plan. In fact, we are the only ones left, saved by another race who have gone extinct from the universe by now, sacrificed for our benefit to do what we were given this chance to do. We must find the one they encoded with the activation sequence. Find the temples, see what I say is true, and find the one who has been conditioned from birth and etched with a binary activation coding within his synaptic RNA sequencing chromosomes. He will be known on as the light bearer, and the deciphering of that prophecy I shall list here in a moment. Take him to the Central Temple Observatory where the technology beneath is counting down the astrological cycles. There should be a place where an exalted figure is supposed to be placed. His synaptic frequency will activate the system's command console. There may be repairs needed to various parts that are well within our ability to duplicate. However, if I'm translating this correctly, there is an element needed that will transfer the energy necessary to revitalize our magnet house called monatomic gold dust. Once the repairs are finished and the mineral is in place, the one encoded with the system activation code will activate the system and begin running its program to stop the collision of our world into what will become a black hole upon impact. It will merge with our black hole along with a chain of other events that will cause what we call a collision between 2 hypernovas in the end, whose explosion will unravel the very fabrics of space and all existence will cease. This prophecy has been taken from the wall impressions within the temples and translated using modern terminologies to the meaning of the impression's message. For example, a hieroglyphic impression that is shaped as a man standing before a temple with 3 suns over the top of the temple with the symbol of the moon on one side of the pyramid and the sun on the other is the symbol of a malevolent being the ancient elder ones had once conjured to help with a coming disaster. The being prophesied that a coming deluge was approaching, but before that one would come engulfed in hatred and darkness and make war upon the world, distracting and forcing the people to defend themselves rather than seek shelter from the coming disaster, causing the death of many. To combat this warlord, the deity suggested crafting a weapon that adhered to the laws of the earth which his mortal body had to answer to and thus shake him from the mortal coils of life. This deity became known as the Light Warrior who comes from the many suns because they did not have a term that described the future. Those temples are located in the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, the Temple of Abraxas, and from an inscription found within the pillars of creation as well as from the walls of the Egyptian pyramid of Giza and a Gnostic prophecy involving the rise of Ishtar the Destroyer. Many cultures all telling of a similar cataclysm to come. Messages that were meant to be relayed to the one of the many suns who can transcend both time and space.